Hello crafty people, how are we today? Yes, we are back with another episode of Selena's Crafty Lab, and today we're going to discuss, can I repair and reuse my Cricut cutting mats? I know you've all been there. You've got your cutting mat, you've used it several times, and you go to stick something down and it just doesn't stick. It peels right off, or you're cutting through and it won't cut properly and it starts to pop up because there's no stick happening, and you think, well, that's that mat done, and I haven't even used it that often. Well, I don't think I did, and now I've got to throw it away. What can you do? Can you repair it? Or do you need to chuck it away and start with a brand new mat? We are going to have a look at that today, and I can guarantee you are going to walk away satisfied and thankful that you stopped in and watched this quick little video. So let's get stuck into it, and I shall talk to you through the process of what is involved in repairing and saving those mats. Okay, as you can see, I am now in my kitchen, and what we're going to do is we're going to get our mat, which is down here, and we're going to clean it. I'm going to show you what I use and how I clean it. I'm currently using two different products. So I have got this one here. It's a melon antibacterial soap. I'm a little bit low on it, and that's because I've already used it in a previous video. But I'm gonna, instead of using that today, I'm just gonna use my basic dishwashing liquid, which is this one here, and it's just your value brand that you can buy from any supermarket. Just a word of caution, when you are purchasing your cleaners, make sure it doesn't have a lot of alcohol in it, because that will break down the glue content on your mats, and you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to turn my camera down now so you can see my mat, and we're just going to have a little look at cleaning that. Alright, here is our mat, and there's a lot of light in here, so hopefully this is going to be clear enough. I might just turn my brightness down slightly and see if that makes a difference. This is the mat we are working with. I'll peel off the top coat. So that's our protective sheet, and I will bring it up to you so you can see. Just have a look. So if you look closely, you're going to see there's like here, stuck all over this mat. We've actually got little bits of paper and vinyl and all sorts stuck all over it. So we're going to give it a clean. And in order to do that, it's a fairly straightforward process. What we're going to do is we're going to get that dish soap that I talked about, and we're just going to squirt it on our mat. But before we do that, you want to go and try to get off any debris, any big bits. Like I've got a little bit of paper on there. You're going to try to get that off first, if possible. Some of it I can drag off. If not, don't stress too much. I want to get my little bit of dishwashing liquid. I'm going to squirt that in the middle. And I'm just using a general scrubby brush to do this, nothing fancy. I'm just going to go in, circular motions, and work on moving this product around. Okay, so you're going to see it's all spread all over my mat, and that's kind of what it looks like. Click on there, okay, and there are little bits, little loose bits, so I'm just going to go through with my fingers and drag off any hairs. There's a hair there that I can get without having to scrub too hardy, because I don't want to make this damage my mat any more than it already is. Sometimes using your fingers works. So I've used my squeegee to push some of those big hairs to the edge, and I'm going to turn my tap on to warm. Alright, and now I'm just going to rinse it under my tap. I've rinsed it and I've gotten most of it off. There are a couple of little hairs still on there, so I'm just going to work on those. Okay, and another quick rinse. So I've just quickly grabbed a towel and just dried off the back of my mat and dried off my working surface because I don't want to transfer any of that hair back. And now I've got a neat little way to make this dry faster. I used to put my carrier sheet back on, but I did find that when I did that, the carrier sheet slowed down the drying process, which made it a lot longer, so I don't do that now. But if you come with me, I'm just going to show you what I do now when I hang them up. So I have these little Velcro tabs that I bought and I just have on my wall here, and I just slide this over, put the Velcro tab up, and then I just leave it there to dry. And when I come back, it will be nice and dry and ready for the cover sheet to go on. Okay, so we've gone to our overhead camera. This is our cleaned mats a few days later. So I'm just going to take this top sheet off for you. As you can see, that mat is clean and sticky again. I'll just have one more to show you. This one here was actually really grubby. This was actually quite hard to clean, but I managed to get a reasonable amount. There's still a little bit still on here, a few little bits and pieces, you know, that I couldn't quite get, but that's okay. Okay, you can hear it's still very sticky. So this is our mat. Once it's been cleaned, as I was saying, like here's just a couple of little spots like this one here that I couldn't get, but now that it's dry I can probably roll it off, and look at that, I can. So those little bits that don't come off, don't stress too much, but once again you can see we're sticky again. So that is what happens when you clean your mats. Now it is reusable. Well, there you go. Hopefully you learned something from this little video, how you can save those mats, reuse them, and not have to throw them away, because obviously they're expensive and we don't want to throw them away. But I am going to tell you one thing. The more you take your standard grip mat, for example, and you clean it, the more abrasion you put on it, the tacky layer that is on there is going to come off, because there's a glued surface on this mat. And after a while that glued surface is going to loosen and come away, and it's not going to be as sticky as when you first used it. So what I recommend you do is, when it gets to that point, it is no longer a standard grip, it will go down to what I call a light grip, which I'll kind of use for things like maybe my cardstock or my paper or my sticker paper, because I don't want it to stick to my mat. I will then use it as a light mat. What I then do is I will cross out where it says standard grip with a permanent marker, and I'll just write underneath it that it is now a light grip. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still keep using this mat until no longer it has any sticky properties left on it. I do, however, have another little trick that you can use to make your mats last a little bit longer if you don't really want to be scrubbing them all the time, and if you have enough of this product, because this can also cost you money as well, and whether you want to spend the money on doing that is another factor to take into consideration. So what you would then do, get your mat and transfer tape, and you are going to stick it to your mat. So I'm going to show you what I have done. So this is my mat here, and this is the one that has lost a little bit of its stick. I would call this probably a light grip mat now. So if we just pull on our overhead camera, you can see what it looks like. So here is my mat that I have put my transfer sheet of paper on. I've just grab any old transfer sheet. This is not a strong grip one. I believe the one I'm using is just a light grip. So I'll peel this off. And you can see my transfer sheet is on there. So you can later, once this starts to get tacky, you can then peel off your transfer sheet and replace it with another one, obviously. But I'm currently testing this out because I actually don't know if this works. I don't know if this hack is going to save you time and money, or if this is going to be another thing that you're going to have to worry about and it's going to be more cost factor in it. So I will do another video on using this mat and whether it has saved me money or whether it's just been another thing I've had to price up and pay for. Thank you very much for watching. This is Selena from Crafty Labs, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. We have tried something a little bit different. I have shown you how to clean your mat, make them last, and you can obviously test it out at home, and I'm sure you'll be glad that you joined and you watched this video to the end so you can learn that extra little tip about protecting your mats with the transfer tape and putting that on top, and that may make them last. We'll figure out whether that's a good thing or not. We haven't tested that out yet, and we will do some of that testing and find out what that is like. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment or a question in the descriptions below. There is obviously many different things out there that people will be interested in viewing, and I'm more than happy to give those a go. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel because that really helps with the algorithm. I totally appreciate every little person that is on here that joins and watches my video. You are amazing. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell because that will notify you if I have any new episodes coming up. And of course, you don't want to miss out on those. I'm sure we will come up with more new tricks that we can put into our Cricut supplies and get this crafting room happening. So once again, keep crafting, people, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.